You're welcome to today's broadcast. Sure Destiny TV, reaching people and touching lives.
Hello Nigerians, I'm not sure if you have watched the video I just posted of Peter Obi, where he was addressing a team of Nigerian businessmen and women in Florida 4 years ago. I'm telling you, this man is loaded. This is the kind of person we need at a time like this to salvage our nation, Nigeria. And if you have not already watched it, I want you to check on my channel. You will find it there. I want to just do a follow-up to that. We still need to hear what this man is saying. I'm telling you, if we can have this kind of person as president in Nigeria, I'm sure that Nigeria will be a nation that you will be proud to call your own motherland. So let's go ahead and listen to Mr. Peter Obi as he was talking in Florida. This is the kind of leader that we need.
Go to little countries and see how efficient their airport, everything works. Little things. It cannot work in Nigeria. The reason why it's not working is because you have chosen, you don't want to die. It is time for us to die. If you don't want to die in Nigeria, hold them when they come here. They won't kill you here. Protest here. Say no to it here. They will not kill you. We cannot go on this way. In 2007, all our debts were cancelled. Obasanjo, Gozi Waladen got all our debts cancelled. 2017, 10 years after, we're owing $60 billion towards what we used to owe. What did we use it for? Senator, I just said 64. We were owing 30 when it was cancelled, and we are celebrating. 10 years after, he has doubled. What was it used for? That is the question. Every state today is owing a debt that the next governor cannot. And I said to people, I have been governor for 8 years. We didn't borrow one kobo from anybody. I can say to any Anambra person here, I can testify to you, we have the best road network of any state in Nigeria. Our schools were the best. Dr. Liu had just told you about Nwilo. I don't know Nwilo from Adam. I knew him when I became a governor. He told me he's a heart specialist, that he can do heart operation with this. I said, why don't you come and do it in Anambra State? He told me there's no hospital where he can do it. I said, you know what you're going to do? Give me the cost of all the equipments you need to do it. And I went to a mission hospital. By the time we calculated, everything came to almost $1 billion. I wrote the check and gave the mission. I said, listen, set it up. It's there, it's working. They haven't operated on me, but they're saving other people's lives. Why will I take that money to come and buy a house in Atlanta? Do I live in Atlanta? No. If I come to Atlanta, I pay for a hotel and go. This hotel room cannot cost more than $200 a night. I won't even pay if it's more, because I only want to sleep. And people come here and pay for $2,000 to sleep. If anybody takes $2,000 from me, I will be awake, thinking they're selling my money. Why will I sleep? It's only to sleep. But people come here. If see a man who has, I can understand Ben Bruce, who has had money all the while, he can tell me the type of hotel he's sleeping. It doesn't matter to me, the name of the hotel. All you want is to sleep. You're not going to buy the hotel. You're not the owner of the hotel. So don't tell me you're staying in Ward of Australia, you're staying in this. A hotel is a hotel. You only want to sleep and wake up in the morning. And people do it with other people's money, not with their own money. You cannot. And that is the waste you see in our place. Nigerians people are using government money to travel first class. Who said if you stay on the other side of the plane, you won't get there? I've been flying all over the world. I don't need to. If I go to the airport, they upgrade me. Good luck. If they don't, you say where you, because you're using public money. Today, our people charter plane to Abuja. Do you know to charter plane from Enugu, for example, to Abuja is $15,000. It costs you $20,000 in APs. Same flight, and people will spend 6 million naira for it. And these are people who don't used to enter plane before we voted them in. No, I'm telling you the seriousness of it. For every trip they go, I saw it as a governor. I'm telling you my experience. They will write memo. There's 30 people who wants to follow me to Abuja. Nobody invited these people for a meeting. They have no reason to be in Abuja for anything. I repeat it every day so people can hear it. They come to the airport, they constitute a nuisance to the traveling public because they are the ones who won't allow you to greet people who have just voted you yesterday. Then you enter plane, they cause problem. The most critical thing Nigeria needs now is to change the characteristics of his leadership. They are the ones that are bringing us into this insult we receive all over the world. If they don't go about living irresponsibly, and behaving the way they are doing, our country will be better. If our governors can manage the resources of the state better, there's no way a governor can be owing people salary for 6 and 7 months. But for God's sake, if you can't govern, you leave. People resign from office here. You cannot be there using siren and going about when you're owing people. No, you can't say that. I know there's so many things you can do. I can stay here and tell you so many things we did in Anambra State. Some of you have watched my video, how Obasanjo visited us. If you go to Awka, you see it. They were building presidential lodge when I became governor. How can you build a lodge for president in Awka who doesn't live there? And I said, how are we going to build it? Why are we going to have a house for him here? They say it's in every state. What, for God's sake? What the president doesn't live in every state? Does every state in America have the presidential lodge? No. So where did we learn this? Does every state have governor's lodge in Washington? No, they stay in hotel. So where did we learn this type of irresponsibility? But they want me to do it in my state. For God's sake, when Obasanjo came, I told him, I went to him and said, Mr. President, you are the president, you have plane, come in the morning and go in the evening. You don't need to sleep in Awka. What are you sleeping in Awka to do? No, you just come anywhere you want to go, you go and, but you cannot. He insisted he would sleep. His best friend, insisted he would sleep. His people said he would sleep. I said, I have no place for you. But since you insist, you come and sleep in my house. Where I sleep and I'll go away and sleep somewhere else. When you go, I'll come back. And that's what they did. That's what they did. It will have cost us ₦1 billion to build presidential lodge. But Obasanjo stayed in my own place for 2 nights and it cost me 100,000 in the hotel outside. For those 2 nights we slept there. That's what I would spend 1 billion. Since he came, no other president have been there to sleep. 2006. And I've had a house of 1 billion, maintaining it every day, looking after it. When Jonathan wanted to come, I explained it to him. I said, I don't have any place for you to sleep. If you come, you go. Please. You don't need to sleep. You own the whole country. You can come back the next day if you wish. Or you go to neighboring states and sleep. It doesn't matter. And he came, he slept in Asaba. Because they have more money. I don't have it to spend. Only in Nigeria that people use bulletproof car and have 40 police. So what is the essence? And I can go on and on. You won't believe it. Most of your states today have 10 bulletproof cars. 80 million naira each. What for? Nobody wants to kill anybody. Nobody killed me 8 years. Why would they kill you if you're doing the right thing? After all, you live with them. Even if anybody wants to kill you, when you come out of that car, it will kill you. You're not going to live inside it. You don't have a bulletproof body. All I'm trying to urge you as I conclude, my dear people, the first thing you need to do is to say to yourself, all of us must now question the rascality of our country. Why are you going to have all this cost? If I tell you people the cost of governance in Nigeria is wickedness of the highest order, and people do it. I was just talking to a lady this one, said on top of it they add office of first lady. What the confusion is that? Do you have office of first lady in Florida? So why is it in Nigeria? This is a $793 billion economy in Florida. I just shown you that one state is 6 times Nigerian GDP. The governor of California does not have office of first lady. It's the wife who should be at home and look after him. Why create additional confusion by creating another office with another convoy? Another set of convoy. If you pass their own service longer than their husbands. And this is, no, it's not a laughing matter. It's your country. Young man came out here and almost cried how he lost the auntie. Why wouldn't you lose the auntie? It is the resources they will use to build that hospital that they are using to build convoy. I was in governor for 8 years. You hardly meet a Nigerian adult who said you're not doing well. They will all call you His Excellency and tell you that since you came, things have changed. Even when you're seeing that nothing has changed here, in your face, everybody is telling you, hey, that you're the best thing that happened to this country. Nobody could say to you, no, you're wrong. I just telling them when we're having lunch now, how we changed school. When I came, our school were number 20-something in Wayeka Neko. Of course, everybody knew that Anambra State, they did not go to school in 2001. And I decided I must visit every secondary school personally. Everywhere I go, I call parents in the school, call their teachers and headmistress, tell me, is anything wrong? They say nothing is wrong. And you're looking at the school, no roof, nothing. They say nothing is wrong. And you could see that everywhere is wrong. I went to a school in Asia, one of our towns, and they didn't have a roof. And I promised to give them a check to do that roof because I decided money must go directly to school, not via the ministry, because that's where the problem is. So I told them, I'm going to give you a check, 8.7 million. I went there in October, and I said, I'll give you the check before December. The check didn't arrive. In January, I was doing a tour in that local government, because in January, what I did was to change. When I came, the state had no vision, no mission, nothing. So I decided to adopt the MDG as a vision and developed a local thing, our own strategy for delivery of it, which we christened Anambra Integrated Development Strategy, which is just a process, a system that allows us to plan properly within the MDG goals, budget properly, execute, and ensure delivery. And to do it properly, we change our budgeting, planning, everything from being supply-driven to demand-driven. So we go to the people. I said, what do you want? In January, I went to the people. They normally bring school children. And when I finished talking, I said, it's question time. A young girl raised up her hand. And I said, my daughter, probably about 11 years or 12. Let me start with you. This young, tiny girl, I gave her a microphone. And I said, Governor, why do you make promise you don't keep? The whole hall went wild. Her principal ran from where she was, held her in the mouth. And I said, Principal, leave this girl. In fact, because of how everybody shouted, the girl started shivering and started like crying. She's done the wrong thing. So I held her, said, my daughter, what is it? She narrated the story. I was wrong. I didn't do what I said. And I turned to the commissioner. I said, Commissioner, where is the check? Commissioner said, we must give this girl this check before we leave here. So go and bring it. The commissioner brought the check. I apologized before everybody, and I gave this girl this check. The principal and the teachers that were shouting at her ran back, carried the girl in their head, and ran out of the hall. But they couldn't tell me that story. Yeah, I want you to understand why I changed from what Fela said this morning. After that experience, I decided we have to do one thing. That's what Fela told you. I decided that every secondary school, their senior prefect must have my phone number and they must have a phone. And they must reach me directly. That's how I collected the phone number of all the secondary school senior prefects. I still have them to today. You can see SP, all of them from A to Z. And guess what? You could see how they want change. Every day, there's no day I don't receive texts from 2, 3, 4 of them telling me we have no English teacher, we have no mathematics teacher, our roof is leaking, and this is this. They will send you the same text. You call their president and said, what is happening at school? You say, no problem. But you've just received a text from the senior prefect saying the school is collapsing. There's no teacher. He said, how about the English teacher? He said, oh, it's wonderful. But the children have told you no English teacher. The principal is telling you that the teacher is the best they have in the class. That is what is hurting your country. And that is what I'm pleading with everybody.
My God, thank you. Wow, what a man. Peter Obi is one of a kind. I haven't met any Nigerian like this. You hear the things he's saying, the kind of person he is. He was speaking here in America, but talking about the kind of Nigerians that we need in governance. And I'm sure you must have been touched by what he said.
The government will tend to form where Nigerians will be proud and say, we are Nigerians.
Nigeria.
Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next broadcast. God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye-bye.